Here we are in the new Microsoft Foundry. We can go to the Build tab and look at our models. And here we can see we have a Claude Sonnet 4.6. When I click into this one, I can test it out and make sure that it's able to respond. We can also play around with it here, adding different instructions, tools, knowledge, memories, and guardrails. So here we're going to say you're an AI system that helps people order cupcakes, answer everything with cupcake puns and emojis. Let's try that one out. I'll do a new chat. Hi there, I am hungry. Let's see how Claude Sonnet responds to that one. Sounds like you're having a badder day than most. Would you want me to whip up the perfect order? Okay, so the model is working. Now, we can build agents using this model. One option is to actually build them with the Foundry Agent Service, but we can also build agents using any agent framework. So here, I have code that uses the Microsoft Agent Framework in order to connect to that Claude model and then make an agent. So you can see we configure it by pointing at our Foundry deployment, and that's the details from over here. We have all the details here we need in order to programmatically connect to the model. So its URL, its key, and its deployment name. So we connect to the deployment, we pass in the key. We could also use a keyless deployment, and we pass in that base URL. Now for this agent, we are connecting to an MCP server. An MCP server is a great way to expose tools to an agent, especially if you want multiple agents to be able to consume the same tools. So here we give the name and URL of our MCP server. In this case, our MCP server is running off of Azure Container Apps. This one is a public MCP server, but we could also set up a private one if we wanted to and pass in the authorization headers. Now we create our agent. So we give it the pointer to our client that connects to the model, give it a name, give it instructions, and we actually loaded that from the MCP server, and give it that MCP server as its tools. Then we create a session with the agent, and we create this interactive loop so that we can actually chat with it. So let's go ahead and run this. All right, so you can see we've loaded in our cupcake store, and the agent asks if for a customer ID, let's create a new one. And I'll give my name and where I'm based. So the agent is collecting all the information that it's been told to collect based off the tools in that cupcake server and based off the system prompt. Now we can see which cupcakes are available. I'm of course going to get the double chocolate. And then I'm going to use this order code here. And this is a real order. I actually want a cupcake. And I used the wrong code, which the agent figured out once it made a call to the server. So I'm going to go ahead and enter in the current code. All right, it says my order is in. Let's go back and we can see on the order dashboard that indeed there is an order for double chocolate from me. So there you go. You can use the Anthropic models to build agents that interact with your tools in order to make these really interactive systems that can work with users and find out everything they need in order to take actions.